Good morning, I'm Prarambha, Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Latest round of the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas marks 1 year. Government efforts for rescue and return of Nepali student Bipin Joshi remain ineffective. Alternate routes connecting Kathmandu to other parts of the country gradually resuming operation. Bailey Bridge being installed at Kurkut, Kulekhani and Fark Hill route to Hetauda in operation. 3 Chinese nationals killed in an explosion near Jinnah International Airport in Karachi, Pakistan. Balochistan Liberation Army claims responsibility. China to thoroughly investigate the attack and severely punish the murderers. And Manchester United manager Eric Ten Hag can hope a draw at Aston Villa will relieve the fierce scrutiny of his possession. Old Trafford club remain 5 matches without a win. The latest round of the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas has marked 1 year. A total of 10 Nepali students were killed on the first day of the attack of Hamas, while the status of Nepali student Bipin Joshi of Kantipur, who was held hostage, remains unknown. Now, despite several appeals from Bipin's family for his rescue and return to home with the government and international and national organizations, results have yet to be seen. Minister for Foreign Affairs Arzu Rana has directed Nepali embassies in Lebanon and Israel to stay updated on the status of Nepali nationals living in these countries and provide necessary assistance. In light of the recent developments between Lebanon and Israel, there is an increased concern for Nepalese in Lebanon. Authorities have advised them to maintain contact with their families. Minister Rana held a virtual meeting with the Nepali ambassadors in both countries to take stock of the situation. She emphasized the importance of reaching out to the Nepalese in Lebanon and coordinating efforts for those who wish to return home immediately. Minister Rana noted that there may be a need to rescue operations to repatriate citizens and instructed relevant officials to prepare for such contingencies. Now, meanwhile, Sushil Lamsal, the Nepali ambassador to Egypt, who also oversees Lebanon, has reported that no Nepali nationals have reported of any issues so far. The settlements that were swept by floods last week could not be restored in the same location and need to be resettled in a new place. The government is to start a study for the relocation of settlements destroyed by floods and landslides soon. The authority has plans to identify safe areas and transfer them to public land or acquire private land to relocate the settlements. It has already been late to make a strategy to settle or relocate the settlements, including private houses, government offices, schools, resorts, shops and temples that had been destroyed by the monsoon disasters. Last week's floods and landslides destroyed the settlements of Goti Khel in Mahankal rural municipality in the southern part of Lalitpur. Government offices, including forests, local police, private schools, resorts, temples, bridges and dozens of houses were swept by the flood. Experts have suggested to immediately build temporary shelters for disaster victims and to rehabilitate them in a place for a long term. Sindhu-Palchok was one among the hardest hit districts by the floods and landslides caused after the incessant rainfall of September 27 and 28. At least 72 have died because of the water-induced disasters, including floods and landslides in Sindhu-Palchok, while 5 are still missing. As the swollen Roche River caused large-scale damages, the BP highway, which connects Kathmandu to eastern Tarai, faced its wrath as well. However, efforts are underway to resume operation of one of the major road sections of the country. Political parties have said that the money deposited in the disaster relief fund should be utilized so that it reaches the victims on time. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, while handing over the relief funds, suggested that Nepali Congress and CPN-UML leaders and cadres should speed up work on rehabilitation and reconstruction to ensure justice to the victims of the floods and landslides. UML and Congress have provided 5 million rupees each to the Prime Minister Relief Fund. Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Dewa also furnished a 34-point recommendation letter to the Prime Minister while handing over the relief money. Congress has requested for distribution of the relief amount through the local levels. The main opposition party, CPN Center, also submitted a 20-point memorandum to the Prime Minister. In the 20-point memorandum, they have demanded for search of the missing, rescue and free treatment of those injured, as well as relief be given before the main Dasai celebrations begin. 103.6 million rupees was deposited in the disaster relief fund yesterday. It is now time for our segment Public Polls, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Poll.
The question is, what should be done to distribute funds in the government's disaster relief fund to the victims at the earliest? Your options are A. Remove administrative hassles, B. Hand over responsibility to local levels, and C. Form a special mechanism. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The Dahal road section under the east-west highway, which was operating one-way after caving in last Friday, has resumed two-way operation from yesterday. The road section has been opened for two-way operation after required repair works were carried out. As the risks of the road section caving in persist, District Police Office West Nawalparasi has urged the heavy vehicles to use alternate routes. The road section that had caved in was repaired with mud and stones. Complications had surfaced in smooth operation of the Dahal section from 30th of September as it had caved in near the Khursani River in Bardaghat, Ward number 4 of West Nawalparasi. Problems of the road section caving in has been recurring with every rainfall. The Nepal Army has begun works of installing Bailey Bridge at Khurkot in Sunkosi, which connects Sinduli and Ramechhap. Transport was disrupted after the bridge connecting Khurkot and Manthali of Ramechhap in Golanjor Rural Municipality, Ward number 7 of Sinduli was swept. Nepal Army has now installed the Bailey Bridge at the location. The Solan-Sunkosi River had swept the 100-meter bridge located between the BP Highway and the Pushpalal Highway. Transport was completely halted after the half section of the bridge towards Ramechhap was swept by the flood. Nepal Army deployed 53 human resources, including technicians, to install the Bailey Bridge. Teams of Nepal Army and armed police force are being deployed to resume operation of highways and road sections obstructed by floods and landslide at several parts of the country. Now, short alternate routes connecting Kathmandu to Hetauda, Kathmandu Kulekhani Hetauda and Kathmandu Phakhel Hetauda have resumed operation. According to the Ministry of Physical Infrastructures of Bagmati Province, both road sections have resumed operation by creating diversions at 5 locations. Diversion has been created in Phakhel road section by creating one diversion through the private land. Both the road sections had remained obstructed since 29th of September because of floods and landslides. Debris have been cleared while diversions have been created in parts where the road sections were swept. Excavators are at standby in places with persisting risks. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, do stay with us. As Ashwin Shukla Chauthi has continued until today, Goddess Kushmanda is being worshipped on the 5th day of the Dasai festival as well. According to Nepal Calendar Determination Committee, Kushmanda is worshipped today as Ashwin Shukla Chauthi has continued. Meanwhile, 5th goddess among the 9 forms of Durga, Skanda Mata, will be worshipped tomorrow as it would be Ashwin Shukla Panchami. Devotees have been thronging Bhadrakali, Mahalakshmi, Maiti Devi and Gweshwari among other temples of goddesses inside the Kathmandu Valley since early morning. Outside of the valley, large number of devotees reached Bageshwari of Nepalganj, Deuti Bajai of Surkhet, Supa Deurali of Argakhachi, Khairawang Bhagwati of Salyan, Ambikeshwari of Dang, Ugratara of Dadalthura and Kalika Bhagwati of Baglung among other shrines. In our Public Voice segment, we asked about their suggestions for the newly appointed Chief Justice, Prakash Man Singh Raut. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
विभिन्न राजनीतिक दलहरूले प्रभाव वा दबावमा पार्न सक्छन् त्यसबाट चाहिँ सचेत रहनु होला
जनताको चाहिँ काम जुन न्याय माग्न जानुभएको छ छिटो छरितो होस्
राजनीति हुनु भएन न्याय सजिलो हुनु पर्यो सर्वसाधारणको पहुँच भित्र हुनु पर्यो
नेपालमा न्याय किन्न पाइन्छ भन्ने छ त्यसलाई पनि उहाँले अन्त्य गर्न जरुरी छ
आम नागरिकले छिटो छरितो रूपमा सेवा पाउनु पर्छ पावर र पहुँचको भन्दा पनि
आम नागरिकलाई यस देशमा कानुनी राज्य छ भन्ने प्रत्याभूति दिलाउने गरी काम गर्नुहुनेछ भन्ने सुझाव दिन चाहन्छु
कसैको दबावमा आएर राजनीतिक प्रभावमा आएर निर्णय न्याय हुनु भएन
अदालतमा धेरै फाइलहरू रोकिया छ त्यो चाहिँ फटाफट गर्ने
संविधान व्यवस्था भए अनुसारको कानुनलाई दृढतापूर्वक कार्यान्वयन गर्ने कुरामा चाहिँ उहाँ प्रतिबद्ध भएर लाग्नुपर्छ
न्याय पाउने समय अवधि लामो त्यसैगरी महँगो हुँदै गइरहेको अवस्था छ जनताले सहज र सरल रूपमा न्याय पाउने विषयमा चाहिँ कदम चाल्दै हुन्थ्यो
अदालतप्रति जनताको विश्वास
आस्था बढाउनको निम्ति आवश्यक कदम चाहिँ चाल्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ।
बार र बेन्चबीच लडाइँ नहोस्।
सर्वोच्च अदालतमा लामो समयसम्म रिक्त न्यायाधीशहरूको पदपूर्ति हुन नसक्दाखेरि चाहिँ मुद्दाहरूको चाप थुप्रेको छ। यसलाई चाहिँ तत्काल समाधान गर्न
हरेक कामहरू छिटो र छरितो बनाउनको लागि हाम्रो न्यायालयलाई पनि प्रविधि मैत्री बनाउनु मेरो सुझाव छ।
न्यायिक प्रक्रियालाई चाहिँ कम खर्चिलो बनाउनु पर्यो।
It is now time for the international news. Three Chinese nationals have been killed after an explosion near Jinnah International Airport in Karachi of Pakistan. The Chinese embassy in Pakistan said many Pakistani personnel were also killed and 17 were injured in the blast which happened midnight. The overall death toll is as yet unclear. The embassy added that the explosion targeted a convoy of Chinese engineers working on a power project in the country's Sindh province. The separatist Balochistan Liberation Army (BLA), which has in recent years carried out attacks on Chinese nationals involved in projects, has claimed responsibility for the attack. The Chinese embassy said that the engineers were part of the Chinese-funded enterprise Port Qasim Power Generation Co. Limited, which aims to build 2 coal power plants at Port Qasim near Karachi. The plant is part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is also funding a number of infrastructure and energy projects in Pakistan's Balochistan province. The BLA, along with other ethnic Baloch groups, has fought a long-running insurgency for a separate homeland. It has regularly targeted Chinese nationals in the region. The Chinese embassy reminded its citizens and Chinese enterprises in Pakistan to be vigilant and to do their best to take safety precautions. The embassy added that it will thoroughly investigate the attack and severely punish the murderers. There has also been heightened security in Pakistan as it prepares to host the Leaders Summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO). Security officials and firefighters investigating the explosion site. We have more news coming up, but right now it is time for yet another show. So that is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 6 p.m. Thank you for staying with us. It has been a pleasure serving at Kantipur Television. Happy Dasai and have a beautiful day ahead.